All right, guys, the Batman. I hope this is the final part. Not that I don't like to talk about it, but we have already 5 hours of content for a trio, and we have 1 hour left. So, of course, lots of action coming. So it will be probably faster. So let's just jump into it. I am at 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 11 seconds. We are. Falcone is. Hey, that's what I see on my screen. So 1 hour, 58 minutes, 11 seconds. Three, two, one, go. This is. I think this is my favorite music cue, and I love that it's the third time we know the routine, and he had once to do, and I love here. He just urges himself. Oh, someone guy, bang bang, done. And I just love because this I see this piece, all the music by Michael Giacchino is called An Imperfect Murder. So all the section of this soundtrack that is building the momentum, and the fact that we are on a clock here, because Selena, because knows, Batman knows that Selena is about to kill Falcone, and he does. That's not by his rules. Remember, Batman, the Nokia rule doesn't only apply to Batman here. He doesn't want his allies, or new friends, or people who he is working with to kill. So that's not his way. That's not how he does things, and that's what he told Jim Gordon. I got to do this my way, and before roping down the building to chase Selena. So I love how he gets on in drifter mode, and of course he's very vulnerable, because imagine anybody at any time could have. That's why he was walking so fast and being so direct, and bang it when a guy saw, when a guy entered the room, the electronics room, or the power room. um he couldn't, Batman couldn't let him see his face, because he already has the black around his eyes. So he's on a clock, so he doesn't have time. Left to right, boom, down. So now we shift through both of their perspectives. So it's again a beautifully crafted uh, section before the climax. Does Falcone as I think Falcone has a little bit of heart for his daughter. Oh yes, he doesn't know. I don't know. I don't know if he knows, and she just takes the gun, because he's so angry when his buddy interrupts him for him to go check what's happening on the news, and he's so ready to take his time to talk to Selena. So I think he knows he is his father, but because, like she said, when child services came, he didn't say a thing. So that must have happened under his eyes, like in his presence of. Sorry, I but of course, yeah. But then I'm thinking, yeah, but he hasn't seen her since she was a kid. I don't think. I mean, I don't think she went back, if she was with child services. And I think this Catwoman, this Selena Kyle, the way she talks, the way she moves, the way she fights. I think it's she has street smarts. She's been on the street, and I think I would of course love the background of this Selena Kyle, but I'm assuming here. Let's say for the sake of analysis, that I think because he doesn't look surprised when she tells him in a moment, but I think because I don't know, we never see her mother what she looked like, so I'm assuming if Zoe Kravitz is of that culture. I don't know exactly which one, but she's dark skinned, so her mother must have had some kind of darker skin. So yeah, let's just continue, and the tempo is mounting. We have the Falcone, who's let's just go. And this is my favorite part. And she breathes heavy. She breathes bang, 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 and Bruce just find a charger, power room, and he has his saw, and of course Gordon sent the tape to the news. And I love that they play it again and again, and her yell with the squeaking of the choking, and it's so very. And I love that she wants to kill her. She wants to kill him while he's hearing her girlfriend for the last time. And there she goes. And Bruce cuts the power exactly at the right time. And he opens, already in his suit. He must be very good at changing from Drifter to Batman. He does it very quickly. And so a little fight, okay, a little fight with Selena. The bodyguard grabs her wrists to control the gun, and I love that her wig falls off. She does a roundhouse kick to the head, and the guy is very tall. So Jesus Christ, the athletic on this. I don't know if it's Zoe Kravitz is it's very dark in the room, of course, because the power just got cut out. So one roundhouse. I love this. One roundhouse, one side kick, and one hook kick to I think in the back. Yeah. So to have first a roundhouse, then a side, then a hook kick in the back with the power to send a guy this size away from her. Crazy leg power. Crazy. Front kick to the stomach, and Falcone is running. She shuts, and of course, unfortunately, I cannot describe this amazing action scene, but I love that I cannot describe it because I don't really see it. But I love that's how they decided to do it. And Matt Reeves at first was like, iffy, like I don't know if it will work. But Patterson said, no, I can do it. I can do it in one take. I'm sure I can do it. And he said, okay, well, let's go. So I love and I don't know even practically how they do it. It must have been rehearsed quite a lot because I don't know, because I don't know how the practical, the guns, the fake guns they use in movies, of course, that shot blanks, but they have the rifle burst, the light, the rifle, the burst of light when the gun shots, and the gunshots are the only thing lighting this whole movie. So we just see when he says he's the shadows, that's the scene. They have flashlights, but and he's not using a flashlight very well. He's blinding himself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Okay, so it was just fucking awesome with the soundtrack and a big blast of horns. Bam, 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 bam. It was just fucking. It was epic. It's the only thing, but it was done right. It wasn't jump cuts. It was or jump scare or camera trickery or shaky cam, or it was no, just a full size, well framed scene, and the camera didn't move, and we just saw people, and we just saw Batman take them all down with incredible feat of practical stuntman. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys, I had something to take care of. So yeah, let's just continue. So now we have a light coming from Selena is still chasing for him. Okay, another bodyguard. Takes the bodyguard, I think, goes for elbow control with the hand. She has a gun. He extends her hand that's holding the gun on the pool table, and I think he's holding his elbow. That's just an elbow control, and of course her fast feet, and she ducks under and smashes his head on the pool table. Fast fight, but oh fuck. And Falcone has the last word because he's a coward that let. And again, with his pattern of strangulation, all his victims, and oftentimes women. Uh, yeah, I love that she uses her claws, like in the Long Halloween, the same face. And of course, Batman saves the day, but he takes control. I love this. I love this. He says, just like your mother, you made me do this, you made me do this. Women, all, all the women who takes are a problem in the path of Falcone end up strangled. And I love that. I don't love strangulation, but I love that they gave him this pattern, this intimacy. He likes like Joker like knives. Joker likes knives, and the same way Falcone loves to choke, to strangle. So yeah, so just a small character bit, and I love the music that is whooshing again. The threat is over. Batman has succeeded, but now he has to control her. He has to and he understands perfectly what she's going through, and that's what makes the scene even more bittersweet. And for for the both of them. I think because there's as much conflict as there is in Selina's mind, Batman has a similar conflict dealing in his. So I love how they both. Uh, I mean, she could have shot. If she could have. If she really wanted, she could. You've paid enough, and I love that line. You've paid enough. And the violin, the Catwoman song, and Batman silently, very smoothly taking over the gun because guns are lousy, the weapons of cowards. And of course, Batman finally, yeah, Batman doesn't care. You're a criminal, you're going to jail, buddy. Yeah, I just want to say, okay, so Zoe Kravitz is African American, so that's settled. So her mother was probably African. Um, I just wanted to say they mention when he reference. I think the reference to when he says, "Oh, you're with Zorro over here," it was a reference to when when the movie, of course, The Mark of Zorro, when the Wayne got uh, the the theater they exited before they got shot. So was it Maroni? Was it Falcone? I love that we don't have an answer after this movie is finished. It's still in suspension as it well. Many things are left in question, and that just I love it because that just always leave them wanting more. So that's the Zorro part. And he says, "Yeah, you boys in blue work for me." And Gordon said, "Oh yeah, let's see about that." Of course, for a city the size of Gotham that has thousands of officers, I like that Martinez is the one taking charge. But I love that in a city like Gotham, there would be, I think they said, around 40,000 police officers. So you can see relatively the ones that are not corrupted, it's a very small number, but it's still better than nothing. And Penguin, I love the suit. Yeah, Penguin is ready to take over. Of course, it's down, it's been shot, and the stool pigeon, the rat, has just been into the light, and Batman understands that right there. Bring the rat into the light. And of course, Batman is the first to. It's a good death. And I love that people give the movie shit for like, oh, how can they not know? And I love this. Grapple blows through the window, kicks the door in, and finally, Batman's there the first because he's the fastest. And wow, what a set decorum, what a production masterpiece for Edward Nashton's apartment. It is the level of detail is incredible. All the tools, all the tricks, all the ciphers, all the mad machines and the labyrinths and the everything he used against his foe, all his. And people said, yeah, because of course Riddler was the one to take the photos of the mayor with, excuse me, the mayor with bruised Annika that Batman went well, the first time he met the Penguin. So and people say, oh well, with the angle of the photographs, you could have deciphered that his apartment is there. It's like, guys, it's a long shot here. It's throwing a dart in the dark. Like, no, I love that he was just up there all that time, and he was like just surveying the place. It makes perfect sense. Like, why not? Why not? Why not? What is more logical than hiding in plain sight? So I find it perfect. And the famous scenes from the trailer. So, do I have a problem that Riddler? I don't, because Riddler, I think, he said himself in the video later to his fans that he knows he's gonna get caught and he's gonna be behind bars, and of course he knew. Yeah, I scrap that. He knew because he sent the letter "See you in hell" to the Batman when the bomb exploded in Wayne Tower. So, and because when Batman goes to see him in Arkham, he says, "I told you I'd see you in hell." So he anticipated to be catch. So yeah, so that's it. It's another. Because his mission is done. He has unmasked the truth. He has killed the rat. He has killed everybody on his blacklist. So now the Riddler's task is done. So we can enjoy a little pumpkin pie. That's why he's not surprised, or of course I love the glasses. I love his little smirk. Kind of a kind of a baby face. He looks so innocent, but his eyes are dreamy and oh yeah, the pain. And I love the little choir of a little girl singing. The detail level is crazy, and his mannerisms and his face, and just the last smile, because he knows in his mind. Or question mark in a cappuccino. Nicely done. So now, so Villarreal wins. And of course, Batman again on the biggest crime scene of all. My God, I can't believe all these diaries that had they had technicians or crew people doing the diaries. And I could talk for hours for the all the details and all the Easter eggs on the billboard. But if you don't know the channel Bubba Talks, I recommend it. He did it most really better than I could ever. So look for his stuff about the Batman. He's very good. You know, yeah, because yeah, again, the theme of renewal, the same because renewal was very cruel. Renewal for all its for all its promises just got nothing. All the all the money that was going to go to the orphanage and to better the city and to let nobody the don't let anyone behind. All the empty promises, all the lies. Like you said, if you're justice, please do not lie. And that's why I can relate a little bit. Of course, I'm not a crazy serial killer, but I can relate to being abandoned like that by the system. And of course, we can go back to Joker, and it's kind of this a similar theme. And I like that in a city that is so corrupt, like Gotham, the most corrupted city in the world. Well, maybe not in the world, but kind of the most colorful city to be the birthplace of mad genius, evil geniuses. But renew, I love that all this started with renewal, and I just can't wrap my mind around is renewal. If someone knows this, please tell me. Was renewal just a single 1 year thing? Because there are so many ledgers, and it adds up. Because if you see all the ledgers, like when Batman is searching, there are like, let's say, 20. So if and it was when Bruce's parents died, so it must be around that, yeah, 15, 20 years. So that adds up. So I can't wrap my mind around it. If it's each year, it would make so much more sense and be so much more money and be like an instant check. Like every year at the, I don't know, at Halloween, the city gets 1 billion in the renewal fund. for the infrastructure and everything and everybody it helps. So yeah. I love that. Finally, a clue. And left him his last piece of the riddle under a bat. And I love how long the shot takes because you know very well that Bruce is afraid of bats. And he takes his time, very, very slow. He could just do, well, okay. No, he has to build the tension, he has to beat his fear because Batman's afraid right now. He's afraid of bats. And it's just one bat. But I love that the shot took that long just for him to. Yeah, so they say, right, murder tool, chisel, but they don't say exactly what it is and what it is from. I love my confession. The truth about Gotham. So, of course, the the best, of course, the best, because we see right under around the question mark, we see the face of little Edward Nashton, and he looks at Thomas, Martha, and Bruce. And I love how he looks at them like with prejudice and with hate and with jealousy and everything. So, but I love when I first saw the movie, I went, oh, okay, so all these pictures of Bruce Wayne and who is the real Batman, and he knows. He just knows. So I thought until that very moment, and if you've seen this movie, you know, in Arkham when he switched and says that no, he doesn't know. So again, if only I knew then what I know now. We think he's talking about Bruce. Bruce is sure he's talking about him. I know the real you. But of course, he's talking about Bruce. He's not talking about Batman. Because for him, Bruce was an enemy. And maybe it's all coming to an end because the jig is up. In his mind, Batman thinks his identity is revealed. And they're seconds away. Riddler's asking for him. So the way Batman takes it is like, and he says, the way Batman takes it is like he acquiesce and he's like, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt very bad. And of course, he says he thinks that's the last time he's gonna see Gordon because Edward Ashton is gonna reveal everything and Batman is going to go to jail. Bruce is going to go to jail. So in his last, he thinks he's talking to Gordon. And his final words are just, "You're a good cop." And the tension, I cannot. I will say here just in the beginning because I don't want to tell it every time it happens. But I love, love, love. Of course, this is a perfectly acted scene and lighted and everything, but I love just how the tension we can feel with the eye movements of Pattinson and his demeanor. We can feel that he's just waiting for it. He's just on the tracks and he's waiting for the train to hit him. And it with the music and with how, let's just go, but it's crazy. And of course, this little bit mimics The Dark Knight a little bit, but I think, from my point of view, it's a better written scene. Yeah, he's completely oblivious. And then he starts. And Batman's like, yeah, it's coming. Yeah. And he looks at the camera and he says, fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. And I love this take. I love the how another orphan tells him what it really is. Because Batman has seen hell. He's lived for his training, he's been through hell to transform himself into Batman. But that doesn't take away that, yes, he was a child of privilege. And for all his training, he hasn't had, and for all the darkness of his childhood, he was, at least, at the very, very least, very privileged. And maybe someone, because it took someone, let's be open about it. I mean, Batman being rich, having the means he has, is a big part of the Batman. I mean, I won't go to say that he couldn't have become Batman without the money. Well, I mean, he could very well have become some form of the Batman without the money, but you know how it would fit. I mean, it wouldn't be as, he wouldn't have access and all his gadgets, all his detective lenses, all his military equipment, all the money he must have used to go around the world and study and train and everything. So, and keep the anonymity. So, I mean, I like the fact that Edward tells him straight, like, even if he doesn't know he's talking to Bruce Wayne, but he just tells to the world. He just has to say it like Bruce Wayne has no fucking idea what being an orphan is. And again, it's dark. It's dark. And he's right. Oof. And we can see Pattinson finally goes to his finally transformed from this rigid, I mean, tensed, fuck, like his fuck mindset to, oh shit, he doesn't know. And he must be, he's the Batman, but he must have felt some relief there. But I think it was a great deception from the part of the of Matt Reeves, but it was very well done. And of course, now he's talking about how they are a team. And again, another character that, like, I think very it's much better than at the end of Batman Begins. At the end of Batman Begins, when Rachel says, she touches his face and she says, this is not your face. Your real face is the one the criminal fears." And but I like it this version much better because it comes from someone who can relate, who needs his mask, who needs his identity, who needs the factor of almost invincibility, the empowerment of feeling himself, feeling to be the true him when he transformed into the Riddler. So it's very much, it's kind of the same words, but it's much more powerful delivered this way than when Rachel, who is a lawyer, whatever, was no idea of the darkness and what comes with what she just said. And it just tells it, no shame, no limits. And Batman is all about no limits. And Batman doesn't won't admit it, but Riddler's right. He did give him. He was. He didn't want I'm just checking for the camera. Okay. Uh, it, um, Batman, of course, didn't think in a million years that we was helping him, that he was helping the Riddler, but in some mischievous fashion, he was manipulated in some way because, of course, Batman was always doing the right thing, following the clues and finding the answers, but he never could have thought in a million years that he was doing what the Riddler wanted him to do. And that's why the Riddler is such a good villain, because he can play toe to toe with Batman's mind. And he just proved it right now. And Batman, of course, says, I love the Riddler's lines better than Batman's lines because Batman just says, like, what's evident, like you're whenever we're not a team, you're twisted, you're sick, you're demented, you're every one of those things. But I love how the Riddler reacts, how Edwards start like it's just completely blown off of the world and his mind, that he had a partner in crime and he was doing the right thing and everything was working on plan until the end, when the best day, when, like you said, you don't know how much I've been looking forward to this moment. Like I've been trying to reach you, I've been trying to meet you, we did this together, and all the sorrow he must feel right now. And he just, of course, he's nuts. So I love how he expresses um, his despair. Like is this, it breaks his fabric of his mental fabric right there, because he thought Batman was so much more to him than finally just justice and vengeance. I never took attention to this line you just said. We would be safe here. We could watch the whole thing together. So in his crazy mind, Riddler thought that Batman would be his teammate and go in Arkham with him and just watch the show and just watch the chaos erupts on Gotham. Like, he's fucking crazy. And of course, he thinks Batman has solved the last riddle, but he has not yet. So Batman is like, "Oh, I missed something. It was all there." Hmm. course, he starts singing Ave Maria because that's his anthem. And now it's just cuckoo, crazy Riddler. Woof. So yeah, Batman goes back to the crime scene because yeah, he said, "Fuck, I missed something. What is it? What is it?" I've said it before, but the tactical knife as a symbol, like, I mean, your symbol is just a knife. I mean, that's the only thing again, my only problem with the movie comes all from the suit. It's too powerful. It's plot armor, and first, he has darts here. I learned were darts in his gauntlets that are mimicking the Court of Owls. And of course, we don't hear about the Court of Owls in this movie, first. And secondly, he never uses it. So what the fuck? It's so prominent in the visual of the suit, and he never used it. And like he used the knife at the end, but I mean, if you want a knife, get a knife. Like, don't get this. It's not a practical, good knife. I mean, it's not made to be fighting with it. It's not like a batarang. It's too heavy. So, I mean, and it will kill someone. So, I just, yeah, I would have liked some. I think in the sequel we will have batarangs, I'm sure. But, I mean, I'm just saying. And of course, Martinez. I don't think you should be touching that. And Batman doesn't have to say a word. His presence is so strong. His projection is so epic. His aura. What? What did you just say? Oh fuck. Martinez, I could kiss you. And he says, right. I missed that part. It was always there. And I missed it. And there it is. The final piece. And the final riddle is fucking crazy because now he has the final plan of the Riddler and the password to check to decode the real change. And I love that the password is again uh, some. It's of course a real change is the motto of Villarreal, who've just been voted for, who've just become the new mayor of Gotham. So I love that he's using her words that in his mind, of course, again are lies. She promises lies, and that's why he wants to send his avatars, kill her, and I love that. Well, I mean, it's when I heard let's just go to it. I like that he says this will be my last post for a little while. Like, yeah, like I won't post while I'm in Arkham, but you know, Arkham has a big revolving door. And yeah, they were his followers or his only friends. Yeah, so for the destruction of the sea line, and I don't, I've got a little bit of a problem. Not a problem. I mean, it's a great because it's like he wants to clean the city, like how almost like a Noah's Ark. Like he wants to drown the perversion, the sickness of Gotham, and to wash it up to get a clean replacement. I love I can understand the team, but the logistic of it being, I won't say easy, but it might be hard. But he said with 7 vans that blow up, you can break the seacoast, and there's not more like security or I don't know what. Uh, like how again, not easy, but and I understand he got tips on detonators with crazy mind with crazy people, but I just I'm just wondering if I would love the movie the same if they had just abandoned the flooding plot. I mean, it's visually great. It takes us to a sense of scale, and it's really fast, and nobody can react, and nobody can prepare, and oh, everybody's fucked. But yeah, I think the threat of on the mayor's life and was maybe enough. I don't know. I would have to think about it more. Of course, now we're in the climax, and of course, the what I will say is that the CGI is crazy. Ed, of course, is reveling in his destruction. and that's the thing I like is henchmen. I've never had any problem. I love that they even hell. You can go on Amazon and buy the costume. Easy as that. I like that. His costume is like an army supply stores or things like that, and they can. They're in the United States. Getting a gun is not hard. So I love that there's just people, probably many people who have lived a similar life than him, and that they understand the struggle and are that are willing to fight for it. Because in their mind, they're the best villains are always those who think they're doing the right thing, and by cleansing the city of its perversion, I mean, even I could think I'm doing the right thing, but of course, it's madness. But it makes for for the threat level. I mean, they all have sniper rifles, very big. I think 7.62 millimeter bullets. So goddamn, and there are lots of them. And Batman is gone for his last mission. And of course, I like that. I don't know what his all his plan was. I know he wanted to kill the mayor, which is almost achieved, but he wanted everyone to take refuge in Gotham Square Garden. So was his plan killing more people? Because he has a lot of goons for to kill with snipers to kill one lady. So I don't know, like kill all the police or kill all the random people, or why was it important that that they all go assemble in that secular place? Like I just there's something maybe I don't understand, or maybe I'm looking too much into it. But I like the stress. I like the Gotham Square Garden was really a good place for a climax because there's it's so big you can't like we see, and it's so threatening, and the villains look it's threatening. I mean, there are a lot of them, and yeah, they all and I love. Haven't talked about the Villarreal character per se. I love that. Of course, you just have, I mean, approximately two scenes, like the one the funeral with Bruce, and the one here with Gordon. But I think that it took some kind of mayor like this to finally see things change. And I would, if I go just on a whim for the Batman 2 for the sequel, I would very much like to see her banter against Harvey Dent, or maybe have a relationship with Harvey Dent. I think it would be really, really interesting to see them both together, because she has presence. She's a good actress. She delivers her character very well, but she doesn't understand yet how fucking dangerous Gotham is. Oops. Shut. And this makes me orgasm, yes, each and every time, because we've seen Batman in almost every Batman movie. Batman um, jumping down a sky glass, and I mean, in Batman '89 we have the famous museum scene. Uh, I mean, in Batman Forever we have one. Even in Batman and Robin. I mean, in BVS you have the one he goes to the roof, but this one, like, everything blowing up and him just dropping down like a fucking high, from fucking high. And yeah, so now we're going to begin analyzing the fight, the big final fight, finally. So I just orgasm each time. The way the way his little bombs blow up, and when he, I know it must be CGI, but when he drops and he roll. Oops, sorry guys, I have to take this phone call. All right, okay, so let's go. Final beatdown, final scene, well, not final scene, but let's go to the fisticuffs. Let's go to the fucking battle. So yeah, just the falling down the sky, the glass dome, crazy good. The music, boom, and the music starts. So first, two with grappling hooks in their legs, do a backflip, land on the metal ramp. Then lands, receives a few gunshots, uses his parkour skills to slide down the pillar. So he jumps, double kick a guy in the stomach, plus side kick and the other one in the head. Grabs the gun, gives him a good elbow right in the face, and then he turns the gun and shoots someone. Like, every time I see it, I went, oh shit, this guy is dead. Like, I don't know if they have body armor, but even though, I mean, he just fucking killed someone. But hey, I mean, maybe, like I say, maybe guy's probably dead. I mean, guys, I don't know what to say. That's something I never could explain. Hey, well, that's what it is. So again, drops the gun, side sledgehammer, grapples the neck, knee in the body, throws him. And again, that's the scene I have I have a lot of problems with the ending because of the armor. And right now, the guy is walking towards him. He's like at 15 feet. They're 15 feet apart, and he has a fucking sniper right in the chest, and Batman just takes it, and it's like, Jesus Christ, how thick is this fucking armor? Okay, so he sends himself swing by. He, I love that. That's beginning to show his acrobatic skills, which Batman has a lot of. So he grabs the guy who shot him, does a 360 over the railway, and then lands on the ramp while still flowing, double tripping two people at the same time, while uppercutting the upper uppercutting the third, if I remember it right. So two trips, two down, yeah, yeah, uppercut, straight kick in the head, the guy's done. So then two guys come from the back, grapple his arms, take him to the ground from by the cape, classic. He trips one of them, kicks another, and again, I love this because this is very Batman evasion like. Okay, he's pointing at me. The guy in my back is pointing at me. They're in a straight line from each other. So I'm just gonna turn like a ballerina and we're gonna shoot each other, and that's what happens. But now the ramp is collapsing, and he's with one hand on the edge, and he has to do an Arkham City style hand walk. Of course, the music is great, the water is crawling in, and as soon as Catwoman enters the frame, her team begins. The music the sound mixing and the music use is incredible. So Batman is outgunned, outmaneuvered. So what is he gonna say? Gadget time. Little bomb on the fumigen. Bang! Smoke everywhere. So, not very complicated. We saw, well, it's very. Again, this confirms once more that Batman has been trained with military type martial arts and not classic martial arts by Alfred. So he uses the gun to slam. He slams one in the face, kicks the other gun while slamming it in the face again. And that's what you have to do, control the line of fire. So he grabs the point of the sniper, headbutt, and knock down the head on the railway. So that's about it. Not a very complicated fight. I would have loved for that's what because the best fight in the movie for me is, well, of course, the Dark Hall, but we can't see it. So I mean, it's a great piece of action, but we can't see it, so it's not really the best one. um, I think my favorite fight, well, it's between the first fight and the first Iceberg Lounge fight. Um, but I mean, the I think the fights will be better in the sequel. But I don't have a fight that is like, oh yeah, I watch that fight all the time, because the best choreography that we got was the trailer one, was the gang member with the machete and block block grab smack 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 smack. That was the best, the most empowering, on your toes, fight moment. So, and again, he walks towards. He's like point blank, shotgun in the fucking chest, point fucking blank. Are you kidding me? I know he has. I know he's done. I know he has no more strength. I know he's hurting. But God, man, your armor is fucking invincible. Like, what will it take? What would it take? Grenade? Maybe if you got a grenade in the face. But except from that, you're pretty much invincible, and I have a huge problem with that. I mean, even if it's the military, I mean, did I miss something? Because when I look at soldiers, they don't have that type of armor. Like, okay, yeah, a Beretta shot or something like this, but a sniper and like it's not even a shotgun. It's a twin barrel. I don't know if it's a shotgun. I'm not good at guns, but I mean, this dude, two fucking big shells. Like Jesus fucking Christ. Of course, I like the moment of suspense that Batman is completely done. He's done. He's gone to his limit, and slowly gun at his face, and Catwoman appears, smashes the guy, kicks him in the face, and, and Batman hurts. Batman is hurting at least, but again, and I love their complicity. It looks like they care for each other. That's what good chemistry is. When she looks at him and when he looks at her, we believe it. And the emotion is real, the emotion is raw, and Batman's going, oh shit. Because the bullet holes, there are big bullet holes. Their kids are sweet. And I like that he was going completely under, like, I'm done. I'm gonna pass out. But and she kisses him, and her kiss make like he had his eyes closed, and when she kissed him, he opened up one eye, just this a slight bit, and then the guy she had kicked in the face is still active, grabs her, takes up a knife, and then Batman has to do something. Yeah. He grabs her, we see the knife, he's struggling, and Batman cannot get up. He cannot move. And that's the gadget I can't believe we never saw in a Batman movie. Pure fucking adrenaline. Like, who needs more from time to time an adrenaline shot than fucking Batman? So yeah. And people were saying like, oh, it's green, it's Venom. It's like, no, it's just adrenaline. And I love him. He just grabs in, no fighting here, no martial arts, just pure bang, 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 bang. And that's it. And the fight is done, and the guy would be fucking more messed up than that. The guy wouldn't have any teeth left. His nose would be butter, his cheeks would be pummeled, his Batman doesn't like it. But again, they thought they were doing the good thing. Their vengeance, just as Batman is, but for extremely opposite ways. And again, another problem I have at the end. And again, I love the music that changes the it's called the bat's true calling, and he sees the generator in flames, and he could electrify everybody. And again, at least finally he has a good knife for a good reason. But again, it's fake tension because he's never in any danger. It's like with the guns. It's like I didn't feel any threat. Of course, because Batman is a good fighter and they're just goons. But I felt more threat in Falcone's place, and I felt more threat in the first fight in the subway than the final fight. That's why I don't really like it, because he's fucking bulletproof. You have to shoot him in the face or unmask him or grab like having huge numbers or maybe very skilled or something, and we'd never have that. But it's okay. I mean, for a proto Batman, for a first year and a half, it's very good because at least he's doing. Maybe it's not in it, because right here, I'm just gonna let the scene play, and there goes everything goes silent, and he's electrified, and he falls in the water, but he doesn't do anything. He's all right. He doesn't have a scratch. So what's the point of all this slow burn and sad music and everything? So he's not in any danger. I mean, that's why I wanted, before, when I entered the theater to see the movie, I wanted to be Bruce Wayne to have scratches, like cuts and battered and broken pieces, and I mean his chest is fucked, but I mean I wanted him to get out of the climax like fucking wrecked, completely wrecked. And because he have adrenaline, now he seems fine. So there's a little bit of um, error of continuing error. I mean, of continuation, because he just took an adrenaline shot and he was just like, so, and now he's all calm, he's all okay, he's all fresh, and he just got electrified. So I something's yeah. I'm wrestling with these final fucking minutes. But the one thing that I love and I have to call upon is the arc. He began as a fucking battle machine, just pure vengeance, pure fear, pure hatred, pure violence, and he ends in the beauty of being a true hero, of building trust in people, in his allies, building relationships, and doing his true calling. And the music, I love that there is no sound, that it's just completely musical. And the first one to give him his hand, to trust him, is the young boy that lost his father in the beginning. So in himself, we see a reflection of his young self trusting him. And Bella too trusts him. So, and everybody follows the light. And Batman has gone from being just the shadows to not understanding how to have an effect in finding what he really has to become, which is hope. Like he's gonna say in his final monologue. Of course, the pure, beautiful scene of from up high, seeing him lead the people, and we see the beginnings of the 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 seeds that are being planted for what's coming up next for Batman. Penguin Penguin is looking at the sunset, and he has the power now. He's the new boss. The mayor, every big figure that have either political or criminal impact are all placed for the next installment. I have had an effect, and I love that we just seeing people help in broad daylight. I mean, if you want to give me Batman in daylight, do it like this, not in a fight to the death with Bane and his armies and everyone who has guns who can shoot him from everywhere. Do it like this. He's just helping. He's not doing anything heroic. He's not fighting. He's not doing grand philosophic statements of I don't know, and driving a nuclear bomb and all this shit. Do it just like this. He's just transporting a child to an helicopter rescue. That's it. It's as simple as that. And I love, it makes me fucking cry. I love that she just fucking, she just doesn't want to let go, and she grabs him. She grabs his arm, and again, as Bruce is, goddamn guys, I'm sorry. The arc at the end is very powerful with the monologue and everything, and I got Batman in the heart, and we all wish we could be like him. We all wish we could be perfect and have a perfect discipline and be a savior for the one we love and for people who can defend themselves. But that's why Batman has been such a great character for all of our lives. So yeah, I love how she just grabs him like she doesn't want to let go. And Batman says, just with the look, like stoic, but just with the look, like, you'll be fine. And it's the first time that happens to him. power to endure and the strength to fight. And again, the ending, I don't really like. I mean, I saw the deleted scene with the Joker. Not impressed. I understand how hard it is to do a new Joker after so many Jokers. I mean, there have been more Jokers than Spider Man, so that's saying something. But just like I said, just for the laugh, Riddler's laugh is way better than this Joker's laugh. But maybe they'll surprise me. I don't know. They'll surprise me with this movie being as good as it is. But yeah, he's right. Gotham loves a comeback story, Arkham's revolving door, and uh, Nemesis villains working together. I love that the walls are so thin that they can talk to each other. That I love. I like. It's a nice touch. And again, that's the first. I'm starting with my final thoughts here. That's the first depiction of Batman that I would like to see a Robin. I don't like Robin usually. Again, another comeback to the lore, Bloodhaven. You asking me to stay? Well, yeah. And again, plane is never gonna change. Power grab. And she's saying all things he already knows. And yeah, that's the beautiful thing about this Batman's arc is that he would be how how good would it feel? How good would it be to leave Gotham behind just for a month or two and go in an escapade with Selena Kyle, sleeping in her bed maybe. Like she says, getting into some trouble. Like they have such a strong connection now, so I think there's nothing more. That's what Bruce Wayne would want, but this Batman is slightly. This Batman is understanding that that's not his curse is eternal. Yeah, he's already spoken for. The city needs the bat. And I love that she proposed. She drew kind of the picture of a dream to him and said, "Come with me in the dream. come with me, leave this curse behind, and lift your soul, like have some fun. But he can't. He has made a vow, and this vow is eternal, and the battle will be eternal. However, however heartbreaking it is, he has to do it. Of the beautiful scenery. I don't know if it's in Liverpool, but it's beautiful. And I love this was the perfect way to end this movie at the because it explains it finalizes Batman's arc at the crossroad. They both wait, they both stop, and Catwoman goes left, and Batman goes right. But he looks at her, and yeah, he thinks, yeah, that's what Bruce Wayne's wants, but Bruce Wayne doesn't call the shots. I call the shots. And the Batman will endure. Et voila, guys. Final thoughts. I've seen now this movie about 12 times, so that's why it took me so long to make. I wanted to have a little bit of something to talk about it, to say about it. Batman was created by Bill Finger, not fucking Bob Kane. Of course, this movie, as for a Batman movie, when it takes so much dedication, so much artistry, so much great direction, great actors, great costumes, great action, great suspense, great characters, just good characters, and we have been served with nothing else than a masterpiece. This movie is extremely well made. It's gonna endure, and I think, like I will end with this, which I could continue for hours, but I won't do that. I think the best thing this movie has done is not being this movie. The best thing this movie has done is building a foundation for what will come next. And I think that's the most I can never say that about any other Batman movie. Because yeah, Batman 89 was a good film, but we had a good film. I mean, if you want to do another one, great, but you don't lay now there is so much possibilities. I mean, that's why already we're I don't know, the sequel will be made in like I don't know in how many years to come, um, but what this movie has done is incredibly building a fertile soil. Like I said, planting the seeds in the most fertile place you can imagine. And I think that that's the genius, one of the genius parts of Matt Reeves' storytelling and writing. And I can only hope, guys, it's been a great ride. I hope we can see an even better movie, Batman movie. I'm happy that this franchise is in the hands of Matt Reeves and his crew. I'm happy that finally, after the fucking Zack Snyder nightmare, I'm glad that it's over, and I cannot wait to discover more and to be amazed by what this visionary can bring to us in the future. So, guys, thanks for keeping up with me. um, I hope you have had a good time. I hope maybe, like I always say, maybe um, maybe I made you. I've shed some light on pieces of the puzzle or the movie or the lore that you didn't maybe think about, or maybe you discovered something, or maybe you discovered absolutely anything. It was a waste of time. I don't know, but all I can say is thanks for watching, and I will be back as always for the next Batman video, or maybe something else. So that's it for me. That's it for the Batman. And take care, guys.